Welcome back to News Center. I'm Clint Logan with your sports report. The men's and women's basketball teams both entered Wednesday's matchup against IUP trying to gain ground in the PSAC West. The women would take to the floor first, trying to knock off the 20th ranked team in the nation. Let's take you out to the action in the Convocation Center where the Mon Mob and fans participated in the whiteout event. There you see the Mon Mob going crazy, trying to rally the women's team into a victory against IUP. Early in the first half, Luckett pulls up for a jumper to give Cal an early 4-2 lead. Then Antonenko gets in on the action in the later parts of the first half. Move to the second half now where Cal starts to gain some ground here. Amy John's nice layup put Cal up by 10. Late into the second half, California trying to hold off IUP. Luckett's able to get that layup to fall, and then a big three-pointer by Rye Gatson. Then it just came down to defense and holding off IUP. That's what Arena Kuko does right here, the nice rebound. Then it was just free throw shots for California. They hit the shots down the stretch, and they got the win over the 20th ranked team in the nation, a big win for the California Vulcans. And the Mob definitely a factor in it as they defeat IUP 67-63. Danielle Luckett with 20 points, 4 rebounds. Amy Johns right behind her with 19 points and 8 rebounds. Taking a look at the PSAC West for the women. With the win, they take a one-game lead there still over Mercyhurst, and they currently hold the 4th position, but still some PSAC West action left to play for the women. Trying to follow the women's winning ways, the men trotted out to the floor to take on and defeat the 13th ranked Crimson Hawks. In this one, you see the Mob again. The headlines read, Cal U upsets IUP, and that's exactly what they were looking for early on. The alley-oop pass to Quentin Harding. As he gets that lay-in, it was down 1 were the Vulcans, and then a nice 3 by Tynell Fortune. They trailed by 5 at the half, but the second half they were on fire because of that man right there, Freddie Apia, and it was a dunk fest. And here we go with them. It's Steve Swick, the first one, air traffic controller, and he wasn't done. There's another one right there by the big man, 42. As California started to pull away, and Freddie Apia sky and high right there. That got the crowd on their feet, and they were pumped up for this. And then to finish it off, little icing on the cake, Trayvon Van. How about you slam it down as well? And Trayvon Van gets that one. California pulls the stunning upset as they defeat the number 13th ranked IUP Crimson Hawks. And you get a win that big, the crowd is storming the court. That's exactly what they did. And it was a huge win there for the Vulcans, 65-54, the final score in that one. As Steve Swick led the way, 14 points, 8 rebounds, a fantastic performance out of Freddie Apia, who finished the game with 12 points. Looking at the PSAC West for the men, they currently still sitting in there 10-7, just an edge up there over Clarion, but they're going to have to fight to hold on to that 4th playoffs position, maybe move up. A couple more games left for them as well. One of the most prominent features of the new Convocation Center are the multiple multimedia boards inside and outside the arena. Those boards do not run themselves, and the man behind the magic is a former CUTV student. Allison Steinheiser has more.
Some students dream of working with a professional sports team. One former student lived that dream and is now back here at Cal U.
Ryan Kuntz, a graduate from Cal U, jumped on the opportunity to use his talents in a professional sports environment when he applied to work with the Pirates.
I was working at a production house in Pittsburgh and was starting to look for new jobs and just saw the Pirates were hiring, sent them my demo reel and got a couple interviews, and Bob Drunkle became an editor at the Pirates.
He is now bringing his experience back to Cal U, where he has the chance to run the show.
It was a unique opportunity with a new building to start a scoreboard department from the ground up. And that's just something you're not going to come across very often, so I wanted to jump on that opportunity.
Kuntz said the extracurricular activities Cal U offers allowed him to improve his skills while he was in school.
The thing that prepared me the most undoubtedly at Cal was CUTV, because they let you they let the students get their hands on the equipment right away. They let their students produce their own stuff, so I got to know that I loved editing before I even graduated and had the skills to go after it as soon as I graduated.
And with the Convocation Center, there are even more opportunities for students.
Now we have the Convocation Center with a very high-end control room. It's not just a couple computers. It's the same equipment that the professional teams are using in Pittsburgh. So students will be able to come right out of Cal U, and even before they graduate, and can step right into one of the professional team's control rooms and be ready to go.
For more information on how to get involved with a professional sports team, you can visit the Internship Center. I'm Allison Steinheiser for CUTV News Center.
So guys, the Mon Mob, there you saw him in the highlights, and I know we were on hand to experience the Mon Mob in person, but what an impact that crowd section really has on those games. You saw them defeat IUP, and the players definitely credited the fans in the stands for the wins.
They have influenced both the men and women's team, and all the players love them. I think it's a great start to athletics, getting everyone involved in all the games. And it was a fun time, I must say.
Yeah, totally bring a whole new atmosphere to that building. It's a new building, so new atmosphere. It's great. It reminded me of when I was in 8th grade when we had the Swamp.
It's very creative names both, but hopefully it continues. It's definitely looks like it's a great impact there on the basketball teams.
All right, thank you, Clint. That will do it for this week's edition of News Center. Don't forget you can check out CUTV online anytime.
We also had a Cub Scout and Tiger Scout troop visit our studios yesterday, and they will be in our credits. You can visit our official website at sai.calu.edu/CUTV for the latest news and on-demand video.
We'll see you next week.